Hey everybody, HD Shaves here. I'm back with another video. A couple of new products to review for you today and talk to you about. First off, let's start with the soap. This is Barrister and Mann Ravish. Picked up a sample of this last week and was very anxious to try it this week. Barrister and Mann released this soap earlier in February, kind of in preparation for Valentine's Day, as this is a very sweet, love-inspired scent, you could say. And this is in their Excelsior base, their base that they release most of their soaps in. And if you can tell here, the top coat of the soap is kind of a brownish color. And there's some sort of chemical that is in the soap that Will recommends that you do not use a natural hair brush when lathering the soap, because it could potentially dye your brush a brown color. But if you'll notice, it does also change to a sort of lighter color at the bottom. So I wonder if just the top layer of soap in the full tub is the same way, where the top part is brown and then it gets lighter as you go down. Talk about the scent on this. It is very, very sweet. It is probably the sweetest soap I've ever used. And I mean that in a positive way. It's not overly sweet to me. And while I was sort of questionable on it after my first use with it, now I'm on use number 4, and I think I really do like it. It's got notes of vanilla, sandalwood, citrus, cinnamon, and yeah, it's a very well done scent in my opinion. If you like sweet and you want to change it up from the typical, you know, masculine musk and tobacco and vetiver and stuff like that. So what I've been doing with the soap this week to lather it, is I've been taking a 1/4 teaspoon scooper, and then I've been scooping that amount out of the sample, grabbing my bowl here, and then I toss it inside this Captain's Choice loading bowl, to use Michael Friedberg's terminology, because like him, I do not actually bowl lather per se. I am just using this bowl as a sort of means to an end, as a vessel with which to hold this sample. And so what I'll do is I'm trying to get this spread out a little bit inside the bowl here. Some people think it doesn't matter, you can just drop the sample right into the center of the bowl and then start loading from there. Other people think that you should really try and spread it out as evenly and thinly as possible. I sort of go for something in the middle, and it ends up looking like this. So I certainly have a lot in the middle, but then I try to spread out a little bit onto the exterior part and on the sides and whatnot. And so, yes, because of Will's suggestion to use a synthetic brush and a non-animal hair brush, you don't have to tell me twice to use a synthetic brush. We're going back to my Timberwolf knot here, and then I'm going to be using the 6C once again. This razor, again, I just really like using it. Easy to use, good shave, all those things. So yeah, I'm gonna get some water through this brush, load out of the Captain's Choice bowl here, and then I'm gonna go into a face lather. So be right back. Okay, first pass with the grain here. Got the Rockwell 6C on the 4 plate, and there's a Gillette Nacet in here. I think this is the 5th use. All right, first pass done. Regarding the scent on the soap, I feel like when you start to lather it up, you get even more notes than you just do out of the sample tub, whatever, and it makes it a little bit more well balanced to me. You get some of the sandalwood notes, and it's just less kind of really sweet, and yeah, so I like the scent even more as we lather it up here. So I'm gonna rinse and then come back for pass number 2. Second pass, cross grain here. Nice second pass. Was really enjoying how the blade felt very under control as I was going under my neck, chin there, which can sometimes be a difficult spot for me because of the angling and whatnot, but I felt like I could feel the blade in a way that I knew that I was cutting, but it wasn't uncomfortable or felt out of control or anything like that. So I'm gonna rinse and then come back for the final pass. Final pass against the grain, mostly, and I used to switch to the 2-plate for the final pass, but the 4-plate has been just comfortable enough for me and gets me a little bit closer when I'm going south-north. So here we go. All right, just a couple touch-ups there, but feeling good. Really slick last pass. I did add a little bit to the brush before lathering up there, but yeah, it feels good. And I'm gonna do my final rinse, warm water, cold water, and then I'll come back to talk to you about the other new product, which is my post-shave. So, be right back. For post-shave today, I'd like to talk to you about the Chatillon Lux post-shave salve. So, this is something that Sean, the owner of Chatillon Lux, said that he created in the middle of a blizzard in St. Louis. The city was shut down for a week or two, and just brutally cold, you know, winds, dry, all that not fun stuff. But let me just read you some of the ingredients that are in this. Shea butter, witch hazel, avocado oil, coconut oil, hemp seed oil, aloe vera, emulsifying wax, lanolin, glycerin. So just packed with skin food. Unfortunately, Sean is going to be discontinuing his line of salves from his website. And if you want to go buy some before they're gone, I'd recommend it. I think he only has unscented left. This is in the pure lavender, which is a great scent that he made some soaps with Scott with Decoration Grooming also. But just to show you how to apply this stuff, Sean emphasizes to use a very small amount. So, small amount to me, I just had it and then I lost it here. Probably about that much. And what he recommends you do is you take it in your palm and work it, warm it up a little bit. And then he suggests that you spend about 45 seconds working it in to wherever you're going to apply it. And you want to leave your face a little bit damp because this is quite tacky in nature. But let me tell you, for winter, for dry winters, like a lot of us experience, this stuff is fantastic. The scent is also surprisingly strong. It stays with you better than most scented balms that I've tried. And so if you could find some of these on the used market, he used to make them for all the scents. Like he's got one in Yuzu Rose Patchouli, he's got Unconditional Surrender. I mean, I think a lot of his signature scents he used to make in the salves. And so it's about good. But as you can see, it leaves a slightly shiny, but not too shiny finish. And you feel it. It's definitely a step up from like the Zingari balm in terms of face feel, but it's not heavy. And again, it just leaves me feeling very protected when I go outside in the winter here. So yeah, that's the Chatillon Lux salve. Let's do a final rundown of some of these products. So yeah, Ravish by Barrister and Mann. A very sweet scent, but not sickening sweet, not sort of commercially sweet, very tastefully done, but and if you want something different in your soap rotation, I think this, fits the bill for that. And we talked about the skin salve, and this little Timberwolf synthetic, I use it a lot, and it does pretty well for me. One of the nice things about loading out of a bowl like this is that I went back and would grab more soap during my shaves this week. Not that you can't do that with a full-size tub as well, but there's just something more alluring about doing it when you're only scooping in, a quarter teaspoon per shave into the bowl. It's like if it's there, you might as well use it. So that was sort of my process this week, using the sample as well as the bowl. So I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Got new exciting things for next week, including a very kind of special brush. So be on the lookout for that. And until next time, thanks.